Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Desire Dialogues. Buckle up, babes. Today we're going to dive into one of my favorite topics, the science of orgasm. We're talking full body fireworks, brain chemistry, and then why some orgasms feel like a damn religious experience, while others are more like a polite golf clap. I am your host, sex coach Lauren, your guide to all things pleasure. And today we're breaking down exactly what happens in the body during an orgasm, what makes some orgasms stronger than others, and of course, how you can level up your pleasure game. So let's be real, right? We're not here for mediocre orgasms. We're here for those earth-shattering, toe-curling, sheet-soaked, can't catch your breath kind of pleasure. All right, first off, what the hell happens during an orgasm? Have you ever wondered why your whole body tenses up right before orgasm? Or why some orgasms leaving you glowing like a post-facial goddess, while other times it just kind of fizzles? Let's talk science. First component here, the brain party. Your brain is like the ultimate DJ in this orgasm party, dropping beats of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins all at once. Dopamine is going to equal pure pleasure. That's that yes, yes, yes chemical. Oxytocin is going to be that snuggly, oh, I suddenly want to marry this guy or this girl after sex. And then endorphins are going to be natural painkillers, which is why some people feel a little high or euphoric after post-orgasm. Second component of this is that muscle symphony. So when you're turned on, your autonomic nervous system, the one that controls involuntary functions, kicks in. The blood is going to rush to the genitals, and think of it like blowing up a balloon. That is your body gearing up for that big finish. Then boom, your pelvic floor muscles, sometimes even your abs, your thighs, and your face muscles, right? Make really crazy faces during sex and orgasms, totally normal. They really start contracting. All these muscles contract in like rhythmic waves. So for my friends with vulvas, the vagina, the uterus, and even the anal sphincter get in on this action. Then for my penis havers, the prostate and the pelvic muscles are going to do the same. Third component, the aftershock effect. Have you ever had an orgasm that left you jelly-legged, feeling like a freaking jellyfish? Couldn't even stand. You're like, whoo, oh my God. That's because your nervous system just went from 100 to 0 in a split second. So some people can get the post-orgasm giggles, the sleepiness, or a deep philosophical urge to reevaluate their life choices. Like, why am I here? And why do hot dogs come in packs of 10, but buns come in packs of 8? All right, next section here. What makes an orgasm intense versus what makes an orgasm meh? Not all orgasms are created equal, right? Some are like way out of body, mind-blowing, and other times it's like, that was cute. Number one, your mindset's everything. So when you have stress and anxiety, those are your orgasm's biggest cock blocks, right? If your brain's worrying about your to-do list, you're really not all the way fully into your body to be able to prioritize that pleasure. And then have you ever had an orgasm while fantasizing about something super taboo? It's going to be an incredible orgasm because it's like a dopamine buffet, because the brain thrives on novelty and excitement. Part 2, the arousal factor. So I want you to think of an orgasm like climbing up a roller coaster, right? If you go right up, right to the top, like AKA rushed foreplay, then the drop after may be really underwhelming. But if you take your time, a little building of tension, some edging, some teasing, it's going to be a nice, slow, steady climb to an absolute ridiculous drop. All right? I have a great podcast episode about edging, actually. So go back and take a listen to that. So I want to really touch base on part 3 here. Your pelvic floor muscles are the VIPs at this orgasm party, okay? Strong pelvic muscles equal stronger contractions. Whereas weak muscles, it's like popping a balloon with like a dull pin, right? It's a bit underwhelming. So try Kegels. Yes, for all genders. squats, and even pelvic rocking during sex or masturbation to intensify the squeeze. That's going to really amp up those muscles to have stronger contractions. So, part 4, your body's chemistry at play, right? Your hormones are going to play a role too. When you have higher estrogen levels, like during ovulation, that's going to equal easier, more intense orgasms. Higher testosterone, yes, we all have testosterone levels. It's going to increase sensitivity and drive. If you have low oxytocin, you might struggle with post-orgasm connection, right? You may not be like, I don't really want to snuggle. I'm good. All right, so segment 3, how to have better, stronger, longer orgasms. Enough science, friends. Let's get practical. All right, how do you take your orgasm from basic to mind-blowing? Number 1, breathe like you mean it. Most people hold their breath when they're close to orgasm, but deeper breathing is actually going to increase the blood flow to the genitals, which is going to heighten sensation and actually prolong pleasure. So, invitation number 1, next time you're about to finish, take a big, deep inhale and ride the wave instead of rushing. Number 2, change up the stimulation. So, if one type of orgasm is getting old, switch it up. You can try layering sensations by adding in temperature play, penetration with a vibrator, or adding in dirty talk. I did a recent podcast episode on how to talk dirty, so go check that out. Different positions that can target new nerve endings. Just did a recent podcast episode about that. Go check out the positions podcast episode. Edging. This is where you build up, you stop, and then you restart to make that orgasm more intense when you do reach it. I have a whole separate podcast episode about edging. All of these tips can definitely help. I hope you go take a listen. So work that pelvic floor. That's number 3. Have you ever tried squeezing your muscles during climax? Try doing an intentional Kegel right before orgasm and see if it intensifies your contractions. Number 4, play with mental arousal. So sometimes it's not about more touch, right? Or more this or more that. It's actually about better fantasy. So invitation, try guided erotic meditations. Yes, they exist. Tapping into taboo fantasies safely and consensually, right? Reading erotica. Let's get into some Q&A here, all right? Let's bust some myths. First question I've gotten is, do orgasms get weaker as you age? No, but your circulation and muscle tone matter, right? Circulation is going to help bring blood flow down to the genitals and make it more easily to achieve climax. When that blood rushes down there, you're more sensitive. Next question, can you really have a hands-free orgasm? Yes, through breathing techniques, deep fantasy, pelvic control. I want you to Google orgasmic meditation and you can thank me later. Next question we got is squirting and orgasm. Honestly, not always. It can happen separately from climax. A lot of people refer to it as a release more than just an orgasm, okay? Here is your homework, my friends. More orgasms. More orgasms. All right, my pleasure-seeking legends. That's a wrap on today's episode of Desire Dialogues. If you learned something new or just got really turned on thinking about it, make sure to subscribe. I'd love it if you left a review, and I would love it even more if you shared this with a friend who wants better O's. And hey, if you want to take your pleasure journey deeper, you know where to find me. Coaching, content, all things orgasmic empowerment are my jam, and I can customize a personal pleasure map forward for you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep coming.